Good afternoon, Fit Fam. This is Stefan, and today I'm taking a nice walk on the trail as I'll be explaining to you guys the 5 real key things you want to look for when you begin to really open yourself up to getting into that fitness community. Now, I made a brief video before explaining why you want to be or engage with the community as you're beginning and venturing down your fitness journey, as this will help to promote your growth, not even when you're in times of, trouble or, tribulations, but also it'll help to uplift the burden you might be carrying, some of the past trauma you might have, as well as helping you out as you begin to gain more and more knowledge as you go further and further down the path. Now, one of the key things you want to look for when you begin to engage with a community, or when you're beginning to look for a community, is you want to see, is there any leadership? Now, leadership is very important within a community, because if there's no leadership, there's no structure. Now, I'm not talking about you want to go to a community and there's this big alpha type personality. No, that's not what leadership is. Leadership could be, it could be the grandma that comes in and bring cookies. It could be the couple that comes in and just make sure everyone's good. So when you begin to go or enter into a community, see, is there leadership? Because having a leader will help, have structure, and it'll help to have more so a vision in that foundation of the community. And this ties in nicely into the second thing you want to look for when you're going to engage with the community, is you want to look for connectivity. So a real good thing, good leaders are able to connect individuals together. So let's say you come and you want to enter in the community. Let's say you're beginning to powerlift and you see a leader within the community, and you go up to the leader. The leader will begin to introduce you to other people. And so this is a good sign of a good community, because you're immediately being able to and getting connected with other human beings. And this will be very impactful, because now if there's no connectivity within the group, then again, it's just a bunch of individuals, and it's easy for cliques to be formed and a lot of negativity and us versus them and others to kind of begin to stem out if there's no connectivity. If there's a lot of connectivity, then there's a lot of understanding, because there's a lot of communication. And so if you're in a community and you're like, there's no leaders and there are people around that isn't really connected, then that's not a good sign of a good community. And so this stems into the third thing you want to look for when you're going to engage with community, is positivity. So I spoke a lot on a couple other videos when I was like, when you begin to engage with community, if you see a lot of toxicity or you see a lot of negativity, if it's people that are very close-minded, if people enter into or go into different environments and it's, us versus them, and they begin to oppress and they begin to discriminate against others, then you want to be around that. Because as you're venturing down your fitness journey, you know what you know, but you don't know what you don't know. So there could be other individuals that have other realms of knowledge that can help you out, that can give you more keys in aiding you in getting down towards your set goal or desire. So if you enter a community and they're very positive and they're very uplifting, this will be very helpful for you, because not only are you, you've connected with other human beings, not only is it, I'm around, people that, can help lay a firm foundation, but also they're invested in your growth. So let's say you're in a powerlifting community and you hit a new PR, or you're getting ready to go to a competition. You have others around you that are supporting you and are aiding you and are going to help you be successful. And this is what you want when you enter into that community. And so you don't want to be in a community where competition is good. There's nothing wrong with competition, but healthy competition is it stimulates growth. It stimulates progress. Unhealthy competition seeks to, you enter into a community or a place and people are always trying to one up each other, and people are kind of sitting back on their mat when someone's being successful or someone's doing better. They don't seek to learn or gain knowledge from that person. They just seek to, that person's doing better than me. I hate this person. Do you want to be in a community like that? That'll stagnate your growth. And so this stems into the fourth reason, is inclusivity. So obviously, if you're entering into a powerlifting or a bodybuilding or Olympic weightlifting or CrossFit, or you're into a kettlebell group or calisthenics or things along those lines, the group is going to have, their set niche and the set thing they focus on, but you don't want to enter into a group where they begin to discriminate against others. So let's say you're going into a group, and let's say we'll stick with powerlifters, and you're not very good at powerlifting, and they only want strong people there, and you might not be the strongest person. And they begin to discriminate against you, like, oh, we don't want you around. That's a terrible community. That is not the type of community you want to be around with. And that's not the type of people and human beings you want to spend the majority of your time around, because they're going to suck your energy out of you. And they're going to make you feel bad because you haven't reached a certain status, even though at one point they were at the level you were at. They were a novice. And so you really don't want to be around a community that isn't inclusive to new people or inclusive in general. You should be around people where they see someone new, they're excited to see that person, regardless of whatever level they're on. They should be glad to see someone else because they're connecting with another human being. And if you're around a group and they're unable to see that, then those are the type of people you need to stay far away from. You need to run from that community. If you see that at all, literally, I don't care if it's a gym, I don't care if it's wherever it's at, you get up out of there. You find yourself a better place, because what's going to happen is, and I've seen this a lot with human beings, is negativity always has to find, when human beings project negativity, we always have to find something or someone to project that negativity onto. And so if people aren't inclusive and you're the new person there, they're gonna project that negativity onto you, and it's gonna be very demeaning for you. So always, like, if they're not being inclusive, you get up out of there. And so the last thing you want to look for is culture. Culture is very important when you begin to enter into a community. If there's no culture, then you might have some individuals that are positive. You might have some leaders. It might be all over the place. And so creating a sense of culture, creating a sense of, this is what we do here, this is how things are, it's very healthy for really the longevity of the community and really keeping the other 4 principles intact. So a lot of times when I go to a gym, a lot of things I'll see people, they're not wiping down equipment. A lot of people, they're not putting weights back. And so when I see that, I'm like, man, this is not a very good community, because they don't care about the gym equipment and they don't care about everything else that's going on here. So when you begin to, engage with the community, is there a culture? Do they, hey man, this is how we etiquette, all those things. Those are very important. And so as we go back through, if you see leadership, connectivity, if you see inclusivity, if you see positivity, and you see culture, then those are the 5 signs that is an amazing community, and you need to get in there, because you're going to see tremendous growth. You guys stay blessed. Have a